So you're thinking about quitting, maybe not today or next week, but the thought is there. What if this doesn't work? What if you're wasting your time? What if you should stop now before you waste even more time? You've been building this for weeks or maybe even months, right? You're putting in the work, but the thought keeps showing up, right? The thought of quitting, the thought of stopping or trying something else, because it's hard, right? It takes longer than you thought because the results aren't showing up fast enough. So the question pops up, right? Should you keep going or should you stop? Maybe quitting is the smart move. Maybe it's better to just cut your losses now, right? Stop wasting time on something that might not work. Because what if you keep going for another 6 months and it still doesn't work? What if you invest all of that time, the energy, and end up with nothing? Right? It's better to quit now, right? Save time, try something that produces faster results. That's logic. That's the logical decision, right? The safe decision, the one that protects you from wasting more time. And thinking about quitting makes sense. You're investing time with no guarantee of return. You're working hard with uncertain outcomes. So protecting yourself from wasted effort feels rational. It feels smart. Like you're being realistic about your odds. But here's what you're missing. Your future self is watching this decision. And the version of you 6 months from now will either thank you for not quitting or regret that you did. I made a decision that significantly changed my commitment to grow my business. I joined an accountability group to hold me accountable for the daily tasks I set for myself. That one decision changed how I show up, how I stayed consistent, how I kept building. My future self thanks me for this decision because it's the decision that kept me going. When I wanted to quit, accountability pulled me through, right? When I didn't feel like posting, accountability made me post anyways. So why will your future self thank you for not quitting today? What do they see that you can't see yet? Pay attention to this. Number one, your future self knows what happens if you keep going. You don't. You're making the decision to quit or continue based on what you see right now, right? What you know right now. What results exist right now. Your future self has information you don't have, right? They know what happens in the next 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, right? They know if the breakthrough comes, if the first sale happens, if the business works out. You're deciding with incomplete information. Your future self has the full picture, right? And they're begging you not to quit before you see what they've seen. Trust the version of you who knows the outcome. So just keep going. Number two, quitting today erases all the time you already invested. You've been building for 3 months, 6 months, whatever time you've invested, that time is already spent. It's gone. Can't get it back. It's sunk, right? If you quit now, that time produces nothing, zero return, right? You made it wasted time by stopping. If you keep going, that time becomes foundation, right? Setup, the groundwork that makes the next 3 months work. The investment that pays off later, right? Your future self knows the time you already invested becomes valuable if you continue and worthless if you quit. They want you to keep going, so the time you spent matters. Number three, the decision to not quit today compounds into everything your future self has, right? You decide not to quit today, You post again tomorrow. You stay consistent next week. You keep building next month, right? Each decision to continue stacks upon each day you don't quit, right? It adds to the next day. Each post builds on the previous one. Your future self exists because you didn't quit today. Everything they have, right? The audience, the income, the freedom, it all exists because you kept going when you wanted to stop, right? If you're not just deciding today, right? You're not just deciding today, right? You're deciding who your future self becomes. So choose the version who thanks you, right? Not the version who regrets the decisions you're making today. And if you're thinking about quitting right now, right? If you're questioning whether it's worth continuing, if you're tired and the thought of stopping feels easier than the thought of continuing, I need you to hear this. Your future self is watching this moment, this decision, and they already know what happens if you quit and what happens if you don't. So don't quit on them, right? They need you to keep going today so that they can exist 6 months from now. Your future self already knows the outcome, and they're begging you not to quit. So, how do you keep going when you want to quit? What decision do you make today that your future self will thank you for? There's a specific action, like one decision that changes your commitment level, that keeps you going when quitting feels easier. You need accountability, someone to hold you accountable, someone to hold you accountable to the goals that you're setting or the tasks that you're setting daily so you don't quit on yourself. I put together a free guide, 7 steps to your first affiliate sale. Your future self needs you to take these steps, right? To keep building, to not quit before the money shows up. The link is in the description. Go grab it, read it, and take action. Do it for your future self. They're counting on you not quitting today. And drop a fire emoji if you're building your future self and not just your current self. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out.